A young man was playing games in his bedroom. Suddenly, a system notification rang in his head. Congratulations, you have activated the 24-hour God-tier wealth system. Starting now, all your expenses will be refunded 10 times over. After 24 hours, the system will automatically unbind. A countdown timer appeared in his mind. His brain immediately started working in overdrive. 10 times cashback? My total net worth is only a little over 2,000. He directly topped up his phone with 2,000. Right after, his banking app sent a notification. Your commercial bank account has just received a transfer of 20,000. Balance 20,024. It actually works. He was ecstatic. Farming money is actually super easy. Without a second thought, he transferred the money to his best friend, Lin Zian. The 20,000 was instantly refunded as 200,000. Lin Zian replied with a question mark, but he didn't have time to care about that. He went ahead and transferred the 200,000 to Lin Zian. Instantly, he got back 2 million. Right after, Lin Zian called him. What the hell is wrong with you? 220,000? What are you doing? Where did you get so much money? Don't worry about it. Didn't I borrow 10,000 from you before? I'm paying you back. I'm busy right now. We'll talk later. Who the hell borrows 10,000 and pays back 220,000? Even loan sharks aren't this crazy. What the hell are you doing? His fingers flew across the screen, paying off every single debt. Honestly, he wanted to make huge purchases to get the cash back faster. But where would an ordinary guy even spend that kind of money? He had to farm some starting capital first, before thinking about the next step. I'll explain the money to you later. Oh right. Aren't you over 100,000 in debt? Go pay it off. Stop dawdling. All right, I'm gonna go pay off my debts. Call me when you're free. With that, he hung up. In just 3 minutes, he had cleared all his online loans and credit cards. He used 300,000 out of the 2 million to pay off his debts, and got 3 million back. Right now, his bank account had a whopping 4.7 million. He only had one true best friend. The rest were just casual acquaintances. Not worth helping out. There was nothing else worth farming money on right now. He decided to head to a high-end luxury spot. He ran downstairs faster than he ever had in his life and hailed a cab. Driver, take me to the Ferrari dealership on Jianxi Road. Now that he had money, buying a house and a car was a given. Huge expenses like that would get him cash back even faster. In the taxi, he quickly downloaded various live streaming apps. He didn't even bother watching any streamers. He went straight to the first platform and topped up 4 million. Instantly, 40 million was refunded. Without hesitation, he topped up another 6 million. 60 million refunded. At this point, his bank account held 94.7 million. He didn't dare top up too much on a single platform, afraid of drawing unwanted attention. He did the same with the other platforms, dropping 10 million into each one. Cashback successful. Driver, I'm in a huge rush. Get there as fast as you can. I'll transfer you 5,000. Hold on tight today, I'll show you what it means to be the god of Mount Akina. The car immediately sped up. He scanned the QR code and transferred the 5,000. 50,000 refunded. In less than half an hour, he had swiped nearly 300 million. For an ordinary person, 300 million was more than enough to just lie flat for the rest of their life. But he wasn't satisfied at all. His current goal, even he didn't know what it was. About 20 minutes later, he arrived at the Ferrari dealership. Sir, welcome to the Ferrari sales center. May I ask if you have any specific models in mind? No, just give me a quick rundown of what you have in stock. I'll swipe my card right now. The saleswoman glanced at his outfit. His entire getup, from head to toe, added up to barely over $1,000. Sir, you can take a look at the cars over here. This is the Ferrari 612. It's currently priced at 5.7 million. No need for the details. I'll take this one. Swipe my card. Then find me a few more. I'll take them all. The saleswoman gulped. Looking at him, she thought to herself, this sky-high stroke of luck. Is it finally my turn today? We have the Ferrari 812, Ferrari F12, Ferrari 599, Ferrari 488, Ferrari SF90, Ferrari 458, Ferrari F8. Do you want these models? Sir, we might not have all these models in stock right now. Some models will need to be transferred from elsewhere. The ones I just named, plus this 612, make a total of 8 cars. I'm not looking at the options packages. Just give me the highest specs for all of them. Main colors should be red and black. Just give me the final quote. How much is the total? Please hurry up. I'm in a bit of a rush. Without another word, the saleswoman immediately pulled out a calculator and started typing furiously. The car prices are all listed. But to get them on the road, there are other costs like the options packages and insurance. Ultimately, the total for all the cars is 53.5 million. He had nearly 300 million on his card. He didn't have much time to swipe for them one by one. Let's do this. Give me 4 more identical sets, 5 sets in total. The saleswoman was completely dumbfounded. It wasn't that she had never seen anyone buy a Ferrari before, but buying supercars like buying groceries at the market was absolutely insane. Do you have the LaFerrari? Sir, the LaFerrari is a limited edition. It's already sold out globally. He felt a bit disappointed. Looks like I won't be able to buy that one. Swipe the card. Logically speaking, a regular bank card like this would have a daily spending limit. But under the power of the system, which could crush the rules of this world, with a single finger, that rule was easily bypassed. Along with the transaction's successful chime, the saleswoman's eyes looking at him became filled with infatuation. For supercars like Ferrari, there were actually very few customers each day, so the saleswomen who had nothing to do almost all gathered around, wishing they could get a little intimate with this rich kid. The ordinary clothes on his body now seemed synonymous with being low-key in their eyes. The over 200 million he just swiped was instantly refunded as 2.6 billion. Adding the 70 million he had left over, he now had nearly 2.7 billion in cash, a total of 40 cars. He signed for them one by one. A crowd of saleswomen swarmed around him. Even the manager ran over to pour him tea and serve him water, bowing and scraping before him. They were serving him better than their own fathers. Mr. Gu, I just want to remind you once more to deliver all these cars. It will take about half a year. No problem. Just deliver them as they become available. I can wait. Hearing this, the saleswoman breathed a sigh of relief. This order was worth over 200 million. She couldn't even fathom the commission alone. Even if she just hooked up with him, just a little handout from him would be enough for her to live in luxury for the rest of her life. If it were before, he would naturally be very interested in mingling with these beauties. But right now, he only had 24 hours. Over an hour had already passed. He didn't have time to overthink things. Any beautiful women at this stage had to be pushed aside. Dial this number for me. Put it on speaker. Yes, sir. Hello? May I ask if this is Mr. Gu? Speaking. Who is this? Hello, Mr. Gu. I am Qin Yuanshan, the manager of the commercial bank. Your savings account with us just received an overseas wire transfer. The amount is 2.6 billion. This is a massive transaction. Your deposit balance at our bank is exceptionally large. Our bank would be highly honored to invite you to become a VIP client. This will provide you with a great deal of convenience and support. 2.6 billion, even though his phone was just on normal volume. The call was loud enough for everyone present to hear. From the manager to the sales staff, everyone was stunned. Just how much money is that? Especially the girl who introduced the cars to him. Just a moment ago, she thought an order of over 200 million was insane enough. Now hearing this figure of over 2 billion was even more shocking. As for upgrading to a VIP client, he was much more interested in the bank's power. Hello, Manager Kin. Let's hold off on the VIP stuff for now. I'd like to ask you for a favor. Just say the word, Mr. Gu. No need to be so polite. I want to buy a house. Either a luxury apartment or a villa. I wonder if you have any connections in this area. I need it right now. And not just one. If I find them suitable, I can pay in full immediately. Mr. Gu, please give me a few minutes. I'll contact them for you right away. After hanging up, the saleswomen beside him didn't even dare to breathe too loudly. If he only had a few 100 million, they might still dare to dream of marrying into wealth. But now that he had billions, and that was likely just a fraction of his wealth, this was no longer a level they could ever hope to reach. Which of these cars are currently in stock? Can I drive any of them away right now? Mr. Gu, all the cars you selected have added configuration options. At the earliest, they won't be ready until 3 p.m. today. 3 p.m.? Whichever car is ready first, call me immediately. Also, fill up the gas tank for me. As for the license plates, just get regular plates. I have things to do, so I'll be leaving now. Under the enthusiastic send-off of the manager and the sales team, he left the dealership. Just as he stepped outside, he received a call from Qin Yuanshan. Hello, Mr. Gu. I've just made some calls for you. There are currently many people looking to sell their properties. What do you think? Where's your bank located? Help me set up a meeting with them. It's almost noon right now. If possible, I'd like to meet them at your bank at 3 p.m. Mr. Gu, to serve an esteemed guest like you is an honor for our bank. I will arrange the appointments for you immediately. Then I'll leave it in your hands. Manager Qin. Oh, right. Do you know any private yacht companies, manufacturers, or private jet dealers? Rest assured, Mr. Gu, our commercial bank has top-tier VIP services. We can fulfill any request you have. In that case, please set up appointments with them for me as well. I'll meet them all this afternoon. The appointments were for the afternoon, but in the meantime, he still had to visit other dealerships to buy cars and keep swiping his card. Fortunately, there were other luxury car dealerships on the street. Less than 500 meters away, he walked into a Porsche dealership. Before he could even speak, a female manager immediately led a group of sales staff out to welcome him. Hello, Mr. Gu. I am Su Shuang King, the manager here. Welcome to Porsche. He had no idea that. In the 2 minutes he stepped outside to take a call, the Ferrari sales staff had already posted about him in their group chats. Now, every luxury car dealership on the entire street knew that a mega tycoon had arrived, dropping nearly 300 million to buy 7 Ferrari models, 5 of each. Unbelievable. They really couldn't understand this big shot's moves. What kind of rich person buys cars like that? I'd like to ask, do you have the Porsche 911, Porsche 918, and Porsche Carrera GT? Mr. Gu, we don't have that many of those models in stock here. We'll need to have them transferred for you. Just max out all the options directly. Match the colors to whatever looks best. Just give me the highest specs. No need to ask me. Mr. Gu, based on your selected options, the total on-the-road cost for these cars is 50 million. That includes 2 different versions of the 918, 1911, and 1 Carrera GT. All 5 sets have the exact same configuration. Without saying a word, he pulled out his bank card and swiped it. In total, less than an hour had passed. He left surrounded by a flock of chirping beauties. Leaving the Porsche dealership, 200 meters later, he arrived at the Lamborghini dealership. The exact same scene played out again. In the end, he chose the Lamborghini Refund, Lamborghini Aventador, and Lamborghini Murcielago. These 3 models, with a total on-the-road price of nearly 40 million, still 5 sets, 200 million in total. Finally, 4.9 billion became 4.7 billion. Then he was refunded 2 billion. His total funds had now reached 6.72 billion. Same old rules. Sign the contract and leave. No time to care about anything else. Finally, the Maserati dealership. Maserati Quattroporte, Maserati MT20, Maserati Gran Cabrio, Maserati Ghibli, and Maserati Levante. The total on-the-road cost was only 15 million. With a wave of his hand, 5 sets as usual, 75 million in total. 750 million refunded. His funds had now soared to 7.4 billion. At nearly 3 p.m., he arrived at the entrance of the commercial bank. He casually took out his phone and made a call. In less than a minute, a middle-aged man around 40 hurried out from inside. Hello, Mr. Gu. I am Qin Yuan Shan, manager of the commercial bank. It's a pleasure to have you here. Manager Qin, you're too polite. How about we head inside to talk? Qin Yuanshan looked at him, noticing the half-eaten hamburger still in his hand. He said, Mr. Gu, how about we get you something to eat first? No need. I'm in a bit of a rush. Never mind. How about this? I'll have my people go out and buy you a meal right away.
How does that sound? Just keep it simple. Sorry for the trouble. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. As they spoke, the two walked inside. This time, quite a few people had shown up. Because he had made appointments with quite a number of people, Qin Yuanshan even personally poured tea for him. Mr. Gu, everyone you scheduled to meet is already here. After brief introductions, he looked around the room. I apologize, everyone, for inviting you here in this manner. It's mainly because my time is quite tight. So, I had to do it this way for convenience, but I believe that in our upcoming discussions, you will all be very satisfied. Everyone here was a seasoned veteran in the business world. Naturally, they wouldn't get angry over such a trivial matter. Besides, before coming here, Qin Yuanshan had already given them a heads up that this person was a mega tycoon with an absolutely terrifying amount of cash flow. First up is buying properties. He nodded at them. Please show me the documents you've prepared. Immediately, 7 people handed over their prepared portfolios. There were over 30 properties in total, including both luxury apartments and villas. He looked through them very quickly, mainly focusing on location and price. These were all well-known developments in Shenzhen. The prices were by no means cheap, not something an ordinary person could ever afford. For example, the luxury apartments here, even the smallest one, was over 230 square meters. It took him a whole hour
just to finish looking through all these documents. When he looked up, a boxed meal was already waiting beside him. The meal consisted of rice and various dishes. He put down the brochure and asked, "If I were to buy your properties, what kind of perks and benefits would come with them?" They all looked at each other. Then one by one, they presented the advantages of their respective projects. Basically, the perks they offered were 3 years of waived management fees, utility fees, and other amenities. Additionally, they threw in a free parking spot, along with a full house cleaning package, 10 times over 3 years. He did some quick mental math. The cheapest luxury apartment was 46 million, while the most expensive villa was priced at a staggering 800 million. In total, there were 32 luxury apartments and villas. 7 of them were villas, and 25 were luxury apartments. The total value came to 4.3 billion. He had 7.4 billion on hand, so naturally, he wasn't worried at all. In fact, he was thrilled. After all, this time he could get a direct rebate of up to 43 billion. However, because the amount was so large, the system would transfer the money to him in installments. Since they had come in a hurry, they had only prepared documents for the houses and villas. They never imagined they could close the deal on the very first meeting. Who would have thought the man before them was such a big shot? He decided to buy just by looking at the pictures, and they hadn't even brought the contracts. But that wasn't a problem. A single phone call was all it took. Someone would bring them over immediately. Next, he turned to the representatives from the 3 yacht companies sitting beside him. "Did you bring your brochures?" The 3 of them immediately took out their documents. They politely placed them before him with both hands. "I like all 3 of these. I'll take them all. Also, I'd like to commission a custom one. Mr. Gu, rest assured, there's nothing we can't do." He nodded in satisfaction. Then he quickly stated his requirements. He spent the next half hour laying out his rather demanding requirements. "You 3 companies can compete for it. We'll see who gets this order." At that moment, the real estate contracts also arrived. He immediately started signing them, giving the 3 yacht suppliers some time to deliberate. Not only that, he then took the brochures from the private jet companies. He glanced through the information from a few of them. He frowned. To be honest, he wasn't very satisfied, but he had to make do. Because the cost of a private jet is immense, they usually aren't kept in stock. Everything has to be pre-ordered. He then stated his requirements, telling them to contact their manufacturers. His requirements for the private jet were also extensive. As he spoke, everyone took notes. Then they all quickly contacted their manufacturers. Standing beside him, Qin Yuanshan watched as if he were in a dream. Honestly, as a bank manager, Qin Yuanshan considered himself to be worldly and experienced. But he felt that today was a real eye-opener. People haggle even when buying vegetables at the market. Yet here he was, buying such expensive items, as if he were buying a head of cabbage. After he finished signing, the yacht companies had also reached a decision. The custom order was given to one of them. The custom yacht he wanted to commission had a total value of 2.5 billion. Even on a global scale, this was an extremely expensive vessel. He directly transferred the full 2.5 billion. In addition, there were the 3 stock yachts he had looked at earlier. Those 3 came to 400 million. Without another word, he signed the contract and swiped his card. His total funds shot straight up to 72.2 billion. And this custom yacht order for the manufacturer was quite a challenge. Because the yacht he wanted, whether in size or configuration, was among the top in the world. Fortunately, their manufacturer had the capability. Across the entire country, only a top-tier company could handle such a massive order. It's the kind of business where you might not make a sale for 3 years, but one big deal will set you up for the next 3. And this time, he spent 2.5 billion and got a direct rebate of 25 billion. His liquid capital had become immense. With the houses and yachts settled, next up was the private jet. After some discussion, the airline companies decided that Eastern Airlines would take the order. His order requirements were also very high-end and complex. All things considered, even with a rush job, it would take 1.5 years for delivery. Normally, it would take 3 to 4 years, and that's while ensuring quality. But he didn't care. All he cared about was spending a large sum of money. Based on the standards of a top-tier international luxury private jet, the final price for the custom build was 3.5 billion. After signing and swiping his card for the full amount, his funds finally broke the 100 billion mark, a total of 103.7 billion. By the time everyone had left, it was past 7 in the evening. He rubbed his temples. Honestly, Spending money since 10 in the morning was truly exhausting. Just the thinking, negotiating, and signing this afternoon was tiring enough. Mr. Gu, you seem quite tired. How about this? Allow me the opportunity to treat you to a meal. You can rest a bit. All right, let's go. Qin Yuanshan's attitude was very humble, even though he was a bank manager. Manager Qin, where's the restroom? I need to wash my hands. Qin Yuanshan immediately led him to the restroom. Watching him go inside, he quickly pulled out his phone to make a call. When he came out, Mr. Gu, shall we go? Let's go. Under Qin Yuanshan's guidance, the two arrived at a private restaurant. Manager Qin, I wanted to ask something. Are there any fields that are particularly expensive to get into? Expensive, he thought for a moment, then said, for example, buying a few luxury watches, collecting works of art, high-end jewelry. These are all relatively large expenditures. Anything else? If we're talking about spending money, investing is the fastest way. Manager Qin, are there any companies currently in need of investment capital? I'd like to take a look. If there's an opportunity, perhaps I could back a few companies. Mr. Gu, there are plenty of those. There are so many companies across the country. Industries in need of investment, I could easily name a whole bunch. In that case, Manager Qin, could you look into it for me? Sectors like film and entertainment, new media, healthcare and pharmaceuticals, and education and training. Any of those fields would be fine. See if there are any companies that need funding. Of course, the company can't be too terrible. Otherwise, what if it has no future? Of course, he said this intentionally. As long as he invested, even casually, he would get a rebate. Mr. Gu, rest assured, I'll contact you right after dinner. The two quickly came to an agreement. I hope, Mr. Gu, that you'll consider depositing your funds with our bank. Manager Qin, surely you understand the principle of not putting all your eggs in one basket. I can't possibly deposit all my funds here, but I can guarantee that your branch will hold the largest share. It's a matter of give and take. Mr. Qin had been incredibly helpful, so of course he'd help with this small matter. After dinner, it was already past 9 at night. Manager Qin, about those contacts, I'll have to trouble you. Not at all, Mr. Gu, you're too kind. It's an honor for our bank. All right, I also want to buy a skyscraper. Do you know if anyone around here is looking to sell? Mr. Gu, buying a commercial building, the price is certainly not cheap. If you want to buy one, I'll have to make some careful inquiries. Besides, I'm afraid not many people would be willing to sell. His eyes darted around. He seemed to have thought of something. That's right, Mr. Gu. What if it's a newly constructed building, one that hasn't been put into use yet? Of course, I can just have it renovated and decorated. If you say so, then I know just the place. A few years ago, a company took out a loan from my bank. They built a twin tower complex, 2 buildings side by side. The interior construction is quite complex, including commercial offices and multifunctional areas designed as hotels, and residences. However, the handover was just completed last month. I hear it's currently undergoing interior decoration. I'm just not sure about the specific progress. I don't want to lease. I want to buy it outright. Manager Qin, could you ask for me? If it's suitable, I can buy it directly. Qin Yuanshan nodded. Then he made a phone call. Hello? Manager Qin. Hello, calling at this hour. Is it something important? I'm calling you today on behalf of someone. I wanted to ask you something. On behalf of someone. Who? What is it? How are your 2 buildings coming along? Old Qin, you're calling about the money, aren't you? Don't you worry. We're almost finished on our end. It'll be ready for you soon. Once that happens, the rental income will be enough to pay back your loan. Hold on, that's not what I meant. I wanted to ask if you're planning to sell it. Sell it? Who? I have a very resourceful client here. I was going to introduce you, but if you're not selling, then never mind. Hey, wait a minute. Very resourceful? How resourceful are we talking? I can't disclose the specifics. I can only say that they can pay for both of your buildings in a single, full payment. Hearing this, CEO Liu was clearly hesitant. The 2 buildings were very expensive, especially in a city like Shenzhen, where every inch of land is gold. It would take time to recoup the investment through rental income, and the money earned would still have to go toward paying off the bank loan. By the time he saved up enough to move on to the next phase of his plans, the time in between would indeed be quite long. If he could recoup his capital quickly, that would be pretty good. How about this, old Qin? Tomorrow, I'll meet with them to discuss it. CEO Liu, the other party already told me, if you can discuss it tonight, they want to be able to negotiate before 10 tomorrow morning. After 10, they'll look for someone else. Hey, old Qin, are you kidding me? Who buys property like this? Making a decision overnight? Come on, that's not sincere at all. I can only tell you this. This client spent nearly 10 billion in cash today alone. Hearing this, CEO Lu hesitated. 10 billion in cash. Never mind anything else. Just being able to drop 10 billion in cash, proved they had real power. The other party wouldn't be joking around with him like this. But why the rush? A decision has to be made tonight? CEO Lu's mind was filled with doubt. Buying property isn't that simple. You have to inspect it. Compare, ask questions back and forth. Finally, you negotiate a down payment and you're done. Why does this person act so unconventionally? But there was nothing he could do. The other party had too much money. How about this in an hour? I'll call you back. All right? After hanging up, he rubbed his head and said, "Oh, right, there's also the matter of investments. While you're at it, Manager Kin, please help me ask around. Maybe you could send out a mass message to see if any companies are in need of investment capital." He now had assets in the hundreds of billions. He couldn't just let the money sit idle. He had to invest it, to earn some profit. And even if there was no profit, investing was still a good option. Who knows, he might even make a fortune. The message had just been sent. Not even 10 seconds later, Qin Yuanshan's phone rang. "Oh my, if it isn't Mr. Wang, what can I do for you? I just saw your message, Director Qin. I don't know the details, but I can assure you of one thing. This is absolutely real. Furthermore, we're together right now. It's getting late. It would be rude to visit now. I'd like to pay a visit in person tomorrow morning." Qin Yuanshan saw Gu signal him. "Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. in my bank's conference room. Make sure to bring your documents and contracts." "Thank you, Director Qin." In less than an hour, Qin Yuanshan received at least 20 calls, all of them looking for cooperation and investment opportunities. Many couldn't even get through, so they had to text Qin Yuanshan directly. An hour later, Mr. Lu also called. "Director Qin, we've discussed it a bit. The building can be sold, but the previously signed contracts, we have no way to resolve them. The buyer will have to handle them themselves." Gu signaled that it wasn't a problem. "No problem. Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. in my bank's conference room. Bring all the documents and contracts here." They exchanged a few more pleasantries before hanging up. Looking at the flood of messages on his phone, Qin Yuanshan let out a bitter laugh. "Mr. Gu, there are so many. Are you sure about this? Tell them whoever is free tonight can come see me. Whoever isn't free tonight can come before 9 a.m. tomorrow. After 9 a.m., don't bother coming. Because I have other business after 10 a.m. I won't have time to meet anyone." Even though he didn't know what Gu was up to, it wasn't his place to ask. After Qin Yuanshan sent the message to everyone, he checked his watch. "How about we move to another place?" Qin Yuanshan quickly brought him to the entrance of a private club. "Mr. Gu, this is a private club owned by a boss I know. They have everything inside. Baths, lounges, massages. The service is excellent. There are also quiet spots. We can discuss business there later." Led by Qin Yuanshan, Gu arrived at room 6A6. "Gentlemen, this is Mr. Gu, tonight's god of wealth." Hello, Mr. Gu, even though he was young. In their eyes, he was a living god of wealth. Although Gu wasn't an expert in this field, he could still see the prospects and future of certain industries. For example, healthcare and education. These are industries that will never collapse. In the end, he invested in dozens of companies and corporations, investing a total of 30 billion. Naturally, he also received a 300 billion cashback. It wasn't until 3 or 4 in the morning that the company representatives finally left. Gu finally got a rare moment to rest. But he hadn't slept long before Qin Yuanshan woke him up. "Mr. Gu, we need to head to the bank. There are still a few representatives with appointments." With dark circles under their eyes, Gu and Qin Yuanshan hurried to the commercial bank's conference room. Mr. Lu and his secretary had already prepared a stack of documents. Gu took the documents, only skimming the most important parts. "I'll take it." He planned to develop this place into his own headquarters. Naturally, he couldn't allow any leasing situations, and so he acquired these 2 buildings for a total of 30 billion. Direct cashback, 300 billion. Additionally, he invested another 20 billion into the other representatives here. By 9:50 a.m., he had signed all the contracts. Then, he found an excuse to go to the restroom. A few minutes later, the system's notification rang in his head. The 24 hours are up. The system will now automatically unbind, wishing the host a happy life. He knew the system couldn't stay forever. "Then I wish you smooth sailing." With that, the system slowly dissipated like particles. He sighed, feeling a bit empty. He adjusted his emotions, then returned to the conference room. In these 24 hours, with the system's help, he had earned a total of 8.237 trillion. Moreover, this was all liquid cash. He could withdraw and spend it at any time. As for fixed assets, he had dozens of luxury villas and high-end apartments, along with over 100 supercars, private jets, and personal yachts. Furthermore, he held investment shares in nearly 100 companies, enterprises, and those 2 skyscrapers. With just these alone, even if he ever truly hit rock bottom, selling them off would still net him tens of billions. Thanks for your hard work, Director Qin. Things here are wrapped up. I have other matters to attend to, so I'll be taking my leave. President Gu is a busy man. Being busy is a good thing. Let me walk you out. Bidding farewell to Qin Yuanshan, he first returned to his rented apartment. He prepared to pack his things. But, honestly, there wasn't much to pack. He called his landlord. Uncle Liu, I'm planning to move out. Gu, have you been having a hard time lately? There's no rush on the rent here. Just stay for now. You can pay me when you get your salary. If you go out and rent another place, it'll be even more expensive than here. No, it's not that, Uncle Liu. I bought a house. From now on, I'll have my own place. Looks like you've struck it rich, kid. Go ahead and pack your things. Just leave the key at my door later. I'll transfer the remaining deposit to you shortly. All right, thank you, Uncle Liu. Finally, he had pretty much settled everything. Only then did he call Lin Zan. What the hell are you doing? I've been waiting for you all day, and you're only calling now? I just finished up my work. You sound pretty happy. Of course, all my debts are cleared. What did you say? What did you do? With this much money and you even transferred so much to me, are your debts fully paid off? All paid off. I owed 200,000 in total. Now I only have 20,000 left. That's good then. But wait, tell me what's going on. This 200,000 of mine, how am I supposed to pay you back? No rush. Whenever you have it, you can pay me back slowly. Or you don't have to pay it back at all. It's nothing. I played around with some crypto a few years ago. Almost forgot about it. The money just hit my account these past 2 days. You struck it rich. That's great. Save your money well from now on. We all have to find a way to survive. Just live it up. What's there to be afraid of? I gotta go make some money now. He chuckled and hung up the phone. Arriving at an office building, he parked his car carefully. He used to be just a lowly office worker. Now that he had money, of course he had to quit. He went straight to his supervisor. Director Lee, I want to resign. What's wrong? I noticed you didn't come in this morning. Did something happen? It's nothing. I just had some crypto from before, and I sold it a few days ago. So I'm planning to quit. There's no complicated conflict or anything. Director Lee agreed very quickly. After that, he went to say goodbye to his colleagues. Then he wrote his resignation letter. Once submitted, he left the company. However, not even a few minutes later. Do you guys know what I just saw downstairs? I saw Gu Beichin driving a Ferrari. What? A Ferrari? He drove away, relaxed and carefree. He decided that from now on, he would start enjoying his lavish life. The first order of business was to buy some new clothes. He wasn't very familiar with luxury shopping. He heard that to buy certain items, you even had to verify your assets. It was very troublesome, but that didn't matter. Now he was a rich man. He could find professionals to handle it for him. For example, the bank. He immediately called Qin Yuanshan. Director Qin, I have a question. Does our bank have partnerships with any high-end luxury brands? Mr. Gu, please rest assured. In this land of Qinzhou, our commercial bank is involved in almost every sector. I want to go buy some luxury goods right now. I'd like the bank to contact those partners, see where it would be best to go. How about this, President Gu? I'll arrange for someone in the bank who specializes in this area. She regularly works with these brands. She will accompany you. How does that sound? No problem. I'll wait for your news. After hanging up, less than 3 minutes later, an unknown number called. Hello? Is this Mr. Gu? Speaking. Greetings, esteemed Mr. Gu. I'm from Shenxing Commercial Bank. I'm the personal shopping consultant Director Qin arranged for you. We actually met at the dinner last night. My name is Meng Shiyu. It's you. Mr. Gu, if you're looking to shop for luxury brands, I recommend going to the Mix International Shopping Center. The brands there are quite comprehensive, and the tier is very high. Let's go there then. I happen to be driving that way. I'll swing by the bank on the way. You can ride with me. That would be too much trouble for you. It's my honor to assist you. Her chance had come. Swiping 10 billion during the day, 2 buildings for 30 billion. Whether she could seize this depended entirely on today. This morning, in the conference room, She had to stand on the sidelines pouring tea and serving water, doing menial tasks. Throughout the whole session, she saw everything crystal clear, but she had never met a super tycoon like him. And his appearance showed her a glimmer of opportunity. But whether she could win his favor or not, she had absolutely no certainty. A few minutes later, he arrived. He had been observing her even before she got in the car. Now, sitting right next to him in the car, he could see her even more clearly. Her figure was absolutely top tier. Sensing him looking at her, Meng Xiu felt a secret thrill of joy. You're very knowledgeable about luxury goods, aren't you? Because of my line of work, I frequently collaborate with many luxury boutiques in Shenzhen. Plus, I personally quite like these things, so I know a bit more about them. The car quickly arrived at the MXC International Shopping Center. After getting out of the car, he secretly evaluated Meng Xiu as they walked, about 1.68 meters tall. A tall, slender figure, graceful curves. With high heels, she must be around 1.72 meters. Meanwhile, Meng Xiu was also secretly observing him. Dressed simply, wearing cheap clothes worth only a few hundred yuan. It didn't match his status as a super rich tycoon at all. Of course, it could just be that he liked to keep a low profile. Mr. Gu, you mentioned earlier that you wanted to buy menswear and a watch. Then I recommend Hermes, Armani, or Zegna. They're all very good choices. They cover both business and casual styles. Very fitting for a successful young man like you. As for watches, you can look at brands like Patek, Philippe, and Vacheron. Constantine. Let's go check out Zegna then. Sister Lee, this is a VIP client of our bank. Mr. Gu? Hello, Mr. Gu? Welcome. Do you need me to help you pick anything out? Just go by my size. Get me 4 outfits, 2 business suits, and 2 casual ones. Right away, Mr. Gu. Please wait a moment. In the end, he changed into a casual outfit right on the spot. Naturally, he didn't just stick to this one brand. He also bought from other brands like Hermes, Dior, and Armani, spending a total of 1.5 million yuan. With his clothes sorted, he still planned to buy a watch. After looking at several models in a row, he finally chose the watch he wanted. The Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime Ref 6300 G01 Isho. Of course, its price was far from cheap, a whopping 31.5 million yuan. He swiped his card without hesitation. Meng Xiu stood beside him, filled with endless admiration. She too wanted a life of luxury. Watching him throw money around like dirt, she felt completely captivated. Leaving the Patek Philippe boutique, he checked his watch. It was already past 12 o'clock. Are there any good restaurants nearby? I'll treat you to a meal. Consider it a reward for your hard work. Any recommendations? There's a Western restaurant here that's pretty good. It's just that the prices are a bit expensive. That's perfect. Let's go. The Western restaurant was indeed very expensive. He briefly glanced at the menu. Casually ordering 2 steaks already cost several thousand yuan. But he came here precisely to experience the wealthy lifestyle. So naturally, he didn't care about the price. After all, there was no way he could eat 8 trillion yuan in one meal. Seeing that the meal was almost over, Meng Xiu still hadn't managed to establish a close relationship with him. She was getting a bit anxious. It should be known that he wasn't a client under her charge, and currently he hadn't designated anyone as his personal bank assistant, so all 10 of them were desperately competing for the spot. If she missed this chance today, what if someone else got him next time? Looking at him eating with his head down, Meng Xiu gritted her teeth and made a decision. She didn't believe there was a man in the world who wasn't lustful. Just as he was thinking about which apartment to go see first this afternoon, he suddenly felt something unusual under the table. He shot Meng Xiu a meaningful glance. This girl really knew what she was doing. Being stared at by him, Meng Xiu felt a bit shy. Mr. Gu, Miss Meng, what are you? He didn't need her to say it to understand the beauty's intentions. Naturally, he was the type to never refuse an offer. I want to be with you. I don't do relationships. I can be your woman. It's still my first time. To be honest, he was a bit skeptical. He'd always heard about nurses, bank tellers, kindergarten teachers, just how messy the infamous trio of professions really was. He wasn't entirely sure. With Meng Xiu's figure and looks, he didn't believe she hadn't been subjected to unspoken rules. Mr. Gu, it really is my first time. You can take me to the hospital for a checkup. Hearing this, he finally believed her. Daring to go to the hospital for a checkup naturally meant she wouldn't dare lie. He was quite curious. Why haven't you fallen for anyone until now? You must have had quite a few suitors, right? I have dated before, but I've never given myself to anyone. I didn't want to be too casual about it. As for suitors, to be honest, there were quite a few. But I knew exactly what they were thinking. It was just lust. They just wanted my pretty face and hot body. They didn't truly love me. I'm not afraid of premarital sex. I'm just afraid of meeting the wrong person. Actually, I'm a very realistic person. What I want is money, a good life, to be able to buy whatever I want, to not have to work and just travel everywhere. Unfortunately, I don't have the financial means myself. I see, I understand. You don't hide the fact that you love money, but you don't go around hurting ordinary people either. For example, some of your suitors, if their conditions didn't meet your requirements, you wouldn't. I made it clear to them that it was impossible. And I didn't take their money either. That's pretty impressive. If Meng Xiu had accepted them, while that would just be stringing them along. In the end, it would be very easy to, and then something happened. As for Meng Xiu, she had turned them down from the very beginning. Even if she found a rich man later on, she wouldn't have all sorts of trouble following her. Clean and simple, truly impressive. Mr. Gu, what do you think of me? Meng Xiu was undoubtedly a smart woman. She knew what she had to do, and what she shouldn't do. That's how you win someone over. I'll give you a poster first, then a house. You can stay there for now. The rest will depend on you. Don't worry, Mr. Gu. I'll be very obedient. I'll definitely behave. All right, let's start with a trial period. But if you don't pass when the trial is over, I'll still give you a severance fee. This fee, of course, is hush money, to prevent her from going around saying he'd played her. Yes, Mr. Guo. I promise I'll listen. I'm planning to look at houses this afternoon. If you're free, come with me. Yes, Mr. Gu. I want to see your new house too. A simple meal cost over 20,000. Meng Xiu mentally stuck her tongue out as she looked at the bill. My monthly salary is just over 10,000. That's not even enough for one meal here. I have too many houses, so I just randomly picked one at the Arc de Triomphe. As for having a sugar baby, it was something he'd only ever dreamed of before. Now it was actually happening to him. He couldn't help but sigh at how unpredictable life was. Meng Xiu was also well aware of her position, but that didn't matter at all. Working at the bank, I've met too many rich people. They all look so glamorous, but in reality, none of them are faithful. Even the best of them are seeing at least 3 women. That's why they say, circumstances make the man. Meng Xiu stood by the window, staring blankly at the view outside, lost in her own thoughts. What are you thinking about? You've been staring out there for a while. This city is so prosperous. Ordinary people like us could strive our whole lives and still never be able to fit in. Shenzhen is indeed a dazzling city. It's like, if you don't have money, it looks down on you. But if you do have money, it lets you enjoy the high life. Meng Xiu shot him a resentful glance. The initial romantic atmosphere vanished completely. She slowly walked over and sat down beside him, leaning against his chest. He gently stroked her hair, his arm wrapping around her soft waist. Inhaling her captivating scent, he felt a stir within him. What do you think of this house? It's beautiful, like something out of a dream. I could work my whole life and never afford it. From now on, you can live here. If you can stay with me for 3 years, I'll give you this house. Meng Xiu's heart pounded in her chest. Just by following the man in front of her, with just a single sentence from him, she could live the high life. From now on, she wouldn't have to struggle in Shenzhen anymore. No more thinking about slaving away for decades just to buy an ordinary apartment. In the afternoon, the two of them rested for a while. All right, let's go out and eat. What do you want? How about something nourishing? I'm worried you're tired. The two of them had just woken up. They changed their clothes and leisurely made their way down to the garage. They drove to a restaurant. Meng Xiu finally couldn't hold back her question any longer. Mr. Gu, besides me, how many others are there? That's it. It's just you. Meng Xiu was stunned. She thought he had several other women on the side. She was even secretly planning how to compete with them. She never expected him to not have any other women. This really took her by surprise. For now, it's just you. I see. But she also felt a little uneasy. It wasn't out of jealousy. After all, they had only just met. How to Win a Man's Heart. 100 Delicious and Nourishing Meals. These were all books she had bought before, but because she was so busy, she'd barely even glanced at them. Looks like it's time to pull them out and study them carefully. I have to read all of these. As long as I study hard, there's no man I can't handle, unless I stop breathing. Besides, all men like a green tea. But you shouldn't call it that. What green tea? They're just good little sisters who know how to dote on their men. So what if I'm a green tea? A green tea cares about your every little need. She knows when you're feeling down. A green tea can comfort you. She takes care of you completely and thoughtfully, no matter where you go or what you do. A green tea will always ask for your opinion, making you feel completely respected in the center of her world. What a good girl. You like that kind of girl, don't you? Or rather, what man wouldn't? Just look at the tourism in Harbin. The local girls are all big sisters, but the little potatoes from the south, they're the treasured ones. It makes all the local guys fall head over heels. Honey, if you find someone else later, can you please not abandon me? I just want to be with you. Her voice was gentle and alluring, coupled with her glistening, flirtatious eyes, and that pitiful, helpless look. What man could possibly resist? He had absolutely no idea Meng Xiu's inner world was so complex. But in any case, Meng Xiu had already given him her all. As long as she didn't make any major mistakes, he could overlook anything else. Don't worry. As long as you behave. And don't mess up, I won't abandon you. Thank you. You're the best. That night, when they returned to the hotel, another fierce battle ensued. Drawing from her previous experiences, the third round was much more spectacular. Meng Xiu's ball handling skills had also improved quite a bit. She could just barely hold the line. When he woke up the next morning, Meng Xiu had already left for work. A message from her was still on his phone. He still wasn't quite used to this life of wealth. No need to work, no need to wake up early. Sleep in as late as he wanted, do whatever he wanted. Even now, it all felt a little unreal. Like a dream. Might as well go check on the 2 skyscrapers today. Spending 30 billion on 2 massive buildings, I have to go see them at least once, right? The 2 skyscrapers stood right on the bank of the Huangpu River. Their presence was extraordinary. He walked to the base of the buildings, gazing up at the 2 towers piercing the sky. A heroic feeling swelled in his chest. He strolled around inside, examining the design and layout. He already had a preliminary plan in mind. The 1st to 4th floors could be the main commercial center, featuring high-end brands, and a large supermarket. The 5th to 7th floors would house a food court, a gym, and an entertainment and relaxation area. From the 8th floor up would be used for corporate offices, employee dormitories, and partner reception areas. My own office will be on the top floor, with a panoramic view of the river. Now that he had a general idea for the building, he needed a capable interior design firm to handle the design and renovation. With that in mind, he made a call to Qin Yuanshan. Director Qin, I wanted to ask you something. Do you know any capable design and construction companies? I want to renovate these 2 buildings of mine, but you invested in a company just like that the other day. Have you already forgotten? Damn, I've signed too many contracts. I pretty much forget them as soon as I sign them. But with Qin Yuanshan's reminder, he remembered. The partner shareholder's name was something like Zheng Haran, right? Thinking of this, he looked up the phone number and made the call. I seem to recall investing in our company. Of course, you're our company's largest shareholder now. You own 35% of the shares. Ah, well, I happen to have a project for you. As you know, I bought 2 buildings from CAO Lu. I want to do some renovations on them. Chairman Gu, not a problem, you can rest assured. It's our own company after all. There definitely won't be any issues. As for the price, see what you can work out and arrange a team for me. Get them ready to take measurements first. Also, I want to present my ideas to everyone. Chairman Gu, don't you worry, the price will definitely be our internal rate. And as for the personnel, you can rest easy. I'll assign the best team. From our company to you, then I'll leave it to you. You must be tired by now. Give Lin Zian a call. Let's get the guys together for a meal. I'm still at work. How about we grab some barbecue after I get off? My treat. Wait for me to get off work. I'll be there right away. Same old place? I'll wait for you. It was now past 5 in the afternoon. By this time, the barbecue place would be opening soon. By the time he drove there, it was almost 7. About 10 minutes later, Lin Zian arrived on his small, yellow electric scooter. He casually pulled up. As soon as he sat down, Lin Zian tossed him a cigarette. Look at you, a whole different person now. Showing off as soon as you strike it rich, huh? Not really. It's just a little pocket change. I've paid off my debts, but there are still a lot of things I'll need to spend money on down the road. If you have the money, buy a house and a car. Just cover the down payment and pay it off in installments. If you don't have enough, then just save up for now. Don't spend it recklessly. Making money is hard these days. Don't worry, I made a decent amount selling crypto this time. I've already bought a house and a car, and I still have savings left over. Holy shit, what the hell did you do back then to hoard so much crypto? Take a guess. Man, this feels good. You've really turned your life around. A house, a car, and money in the bank. Next, find a nice girl and get married. Life will just keep getting better. Marriage? What's wrong? I'm not getting married. Not a chance. I probably won't get married in this lifetime. What happened? Tell me, did some girl screw you over? No, not that. It's just that marriage seems too difficult these days. You just have to look at the state of things. But you can't spend your whole life alone. What's there to be afraid of? I have money. I can easily find a few women. Finding one for a long-term relationship is fine, as long as we don't get married. I don't have to worry about all those headaches. It's so much simpler. Right? When the price of marriage is more than just money, and your potential spouse's morals might be worse than a prostitute's, who would still want to get married. You've got a point. Be honest, you've already started, haven't you? Yeah, there's someone. The two of them had a very good relationship. How good? There were almost no secrets between them. They could talk about anything, except for the system, of course. So now that you've got money, what are your plans for the future? Are you still gonna keep working at your company? If you quit, then what? Are you just not gonna make money for the rest of your life? Making money or not doesn't really matter anymore. The money I have now is enough for me to live it up for the rest of my life. So jealous. I still have to go to work to make a living. Want me to spot you some cash? Nah, I'll just rely on my own hard work. Take your time. No rush. Besides, I'm not dating anyone right now anyway. If there ever comes a day when I really can't take it anymore, I'll definitely need you to lend a hand. Don't worry, just say the word. I'll definitely help you out. That 220,000 you gave me, I still have about 30,000 to 40,000 left. Let me transfer it back to you. Just keep it and use it. Buy something nice for your parents. Then I won't be polite. With our relationship, why stand? On ceremony. All right, we're pretty much done here. Let's head out. They paid the bill and left. Standing by the side of the road, Lin Zian looked at his luxury car. You really struck it rich. You're even driving a Ferrari now. How about I gift you one? Forget it. Shortly after, the ride arrived and Lin Zian left. He also waited for the designated driver he had contacted. Hello, sir. Where are we heading? Alexo Bar. It's been years since I last went to a bar. Today, I need to experience the feeling of pure, unadulterated luxury and debauchery. Alexo, as a high-end bar in Shenzhen, naturally there was no shortage of luxury cars at the entrance, but a Ferrari worth over 6 million yuan is definitely a top-tier ride. The car hadn't even come to a complete stop before it drew countless stares. As soon as the car door opened, "Welcome, sir. Let me make the arrangements for you. I'll go with you." "Thank you, boss. Please follow me. I'll lead you inside." Following the young staff member inside, he introduced the place as they walked. "Where would you like to sit, sir? We have Zone A and Zone B. Give me the best zone. Find me a good spot." "Yes, sir. Please follow me." Very quickly, he was led to a booth. This spot is very spacious. It can easily seat over a dozen people. Look up and you have a direct view of the main stage. Not a bad spot. "What would you like to drink, boss?" Flipping casually through a few pages, "I'll take this Grand Divine Dragon set. The one that's 88 per set. Bring me 5 sets to start. 83 to 888. And this bottle of Hennessy. 33,888. And these bottles of Martel Noblige. These bottles of Martel Noblige. Bring me one of each to try." These were all the most expensive items on the menu, easily costing thousands or tens of thousands. After that, he ordered some regular drinks as well, which added up to over 10,000. The promoter standing next to him was completely dumbfounded. "Are you sure you want 5 Grand Divine Dragon sets, sir?" Swiping the card. 500,000 yuan gone in an instant. 500,000 yuan. Although Shenzhen is a major economic hub of the Divine Dragon Empire, dropping 500,000 on a single bar trip makes you a super VIP guest no matter what. A super VP? Someone like him? Throwing away 500,000 yuan in one night at a bar isn't impossible to find, but it's incredibly rare. Over 8 trillion. If you, the viewer, had this kind of money, you'd probably party even harder than me. "Are you here alone, sir? Do you need me to arrange some girls for you?" "Sure, but I only want top-tier quality. Skip the average ones." "Don't worry, sir. I absolutely won't let any basic girls slip in." He immediately took out his phone and sent a message to a group chat. "Super VIP whale at Alexo Bar. No scrubs. Don't waste my time. Only top-tier beauties needed. Need them ASAP right now. Who's available?" He tagged everyone in the group. He thought for a moment, then added another line. "Send real photos. If you Photoshop too much, don't even try to come party. Less than a minute later, his phone started buzzing non-stop, flooded with photos sent by beautiful girls. The promoter immediately handed the phone to him. Take a look, sir. Just pick whoever catches your eye. Curious, he took the phone and looked. This was a high-end group chat for the nightlife crowd. The group was maxed out at 500 members. But he didn't care about that. What he cared about were the photos that had just been sent. Even among the unedited photos, there was no shortage of absolute beauties. Innocent, pure 18-year-old college girls, cold, glamorous 25-year-old older women, mature, alluring 30-year-old ladies. We've got every type you could want. He casually picked 4 of them. In terms of style, there was the innocent type, the pure yet seductive type, and the sexy, glamorous type. As for age, they all looked to be around 20 to 25. The manager quickly texted the 4 girls. Shortly after, his drinks were brought out. That guy is alone, but he ordered so much. I wonder how much that cost. Probably a few 100,000 yuan at least. Girls, he's all by himself. Do you think we have a shot? Many people were whispering and gossiping. Even those further away stood up to look in his direction. Quite a few girls started gathering around, hoping to get a seat next to him, but most of them were nothing special to look at, just your average pretty faces. Naturally, he had zero interest. In an extravagant, debauched environment like this, it's easiest for people to lose themselves. Not long after, a beautiful girl walked over. Hi there, I'm Choo Choo. Have a seat. This was one of the girls from the group chat. He looked up at her. Beautiful. A perfect oval face, straight bangs with long hair cascading down to her shoulders. She looked incredibly pure, innocent. But he also knew, no girl who hangs around the nightlife scene is truly innocent. It just depends on what style the customer likes. If he really wanted to, in just 1 minute, they could transform into any style imaginable. From pure to seductive, from an icy beauty to a dazzling queen, from innocently sexy to obedient and docile. Women are the most adaptable creatures. Choo Choo was wearing a short-sleeved white t-shirt, paired with a short black skirt, revealing her long, slender, flawless legs, and a pair of small, white sneakers. She definitely lived up to the pure and innocent style. Truly pure, indeed. The second was a beauty wearing gold-rimmed glasses, around 20 years old. That cold, glamorous aura of hers could easily captivate anyone. The third was a beauty with a pure yet seductive vibe, wearing a blue slip dress. The last one was quite a sexy beauty, wearing a sheer black lace dress. The skirt was so short, it left almost nothing to the imagination, not to mention those fair, smooth legs. My name is Yuri. Hello there. I'm Roar. Good evening, boss. Just call me Rose. That works? By now, he was feeling a bit tipsy. He waved his hand dismissively. Have a seat, all of you. Drink up. It's all on me tonight. Drinking alone is so boring, boss. Let me drink with you. The clinking of glasses rang out endlessly. He watched them trying so hard to please him. He turned to the waiter nearby. Bring another tablet? Let the girls order for themselves. Order whatever you like. Don't worry about the price. Right away, sir. A flash of surprise crossed the 4 girls' eyes. Thank you, they didn't hold back, and immediately ordered the most expensive champagne. Sir, isn't this going to be too expensive? What's money anyway? You spend it, you make it back. The important thing is to have fun. Go tip the DJ and the dancers on stage. 10,000 yuan each. Also, all the expenses for everyone here tonight. I'm covering it all. A big shout out to Mr. Gu at table A08. All expenses tonight will be paid for by Mr. Gu. Let me hear you scream. The 4 beauties looked at him with even more burning desire, as if they wanted to melt him right then and there. Whoever pleases me the most tonight, I'll buy her a Maserati. As soon as he said that, the 4 girls' breathing grew heavy. They exchanged glances, undercurrents of rivalry surging between them. At 2 a.m., reeking of alcohol, he stood up. Let's go, we're changing venues. Outside the bar. The designated driver had already parked his Ferrari in the most eye-catching spot. He tossed the car keys to Rose. Do you know how to drive? Drive to Thompson Riviera. Yes, I do, boss. He pointed at a Lamborghini Aventador nearby. Who knows how long it had been parked there? You 3, take that one. Under the night sky, the engines of the 2 top-tier supercars roared like wild beasts, speeding toward the banks of the Huangpu River. An era of extravagance and debauchery, belonging solely to him, had only just begun.